Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're plunging into a real scientific mystery. It's found right in our own DNA. Researchers are saying there's this genetic signature found in Namibia that's so unique, so ancient, it's actually forcing scientists to, rewrite parts of the human origin story.
Pretty remarkable stuff.
Yeah. I mean, can you imagine unlocking a code that's older than the pyramids? Older than the first cave paintings? Even older than those first human migrations out of Africa?
It really stretches the imagination.
And maybe the most surprising part, it's still thriving right now in the DNA of modern people.
It is. It's truly a profound discovery.
hmm
So in this deep dive, we're going to explore what makes this genetic lineage in Namibia just so incredibly special.
Okay.
We'll try to uncover its implications for understanding human evolution, how we adapted over millennia, and maybe even what it could mean for future medicine.
So our mission today is really to help you understand the importance of this, let's call it the Namibia gene. It's not just a biological marvel, is it?
No, not at all. It's also tangled up with some really complex ethical questions, things humanity really needs to confront.
Right. Okay, so we've set the stage, this incredible Namibia gene. Let's actually dive into what makes it so groundbreaking. Starting with its age, it's just mind-bogglingly old.
It really is. The core discovery here is fascinating. Scientists found that some Namibian groups, specifically the San people, they're also known as Bushmen,
Okay.
they carry these genetic lineages, specific DNA patterns passed down, that are estimated to be over 150,000 years old.
Wow. 150,000 years.
Yeah, and if you think about the bigger picture, that's nearly 5,000 generations. Continuous survival.
5,000 generations.
It makes them one of the world's oldest continuous human populations.
That's an astonishing amount of time. And you mentioned earlier this idea, their genetic diversity. It's exceptionally high. Could you maybe unpack that a bit for us? Why is that specific trait so significant here?
Absolutely. So scientists found their genetic diversity, just the sheer variety of genes within their population, is about 20 to 30% higher than what you see in most non-African populations.
20 to 30% higher.
Okay.
Yeah.
So to put it simply, it basically means they carry more of humanity's original genetic blueprint, more than almost any other group on Earth.
Like a living library, then.
Exactly. It's like the living ancient library holding the most complete original manuscript of our species story. It's quite incredible.
And there's this perspective that really illustrates the depth of this richness, something that really makes you stop and think. Geneticists say if you took two random San individuals from Namibia, their DNA differences could actually be greater than the differences between, say, a European and an East Asian.
That's the one. It's a fantastic way to grasp it.
Yeah, imagine comparing two books from the same library,
Yeah.
right? Only to find each one has entire chapters the other has never even seen. That really makes you reconsider our common understanding of human groups, doesn't it?
It truly does. It challenges those neat boxes we sometimes put populations into.
So, okay, it's ancient, it's diverse. But why does this matter globally? Why should someone listening, maybe far away from Namibia, care about this?
Right. Because this DNA, it's like you said, a living archive. It holds invaluable clues for all of us.
And what kind of clues were we talking about? What can this archive actually tell scientists?
Well, several things. It gives us insights into how early humans adapted. For example, adapting to really extreme climates, like surviving in the arid Kalahari.
Okay, adaptation clues. What else?
It also helps us trace the routes our ancestors took, when they migrated across Africa and eventually spread out to the rest of the world, sort of mapping out that early human journey.
Tracing migrations.
And maybe most crucially for today, it helps identify genes linked to immunity. Genes that could significantly help modern science fight diseases.
So there's a direct link to modern medicine there.
Potentially a very strong one, yes.
That's a profound potential benefit. Can you give us a concrete example? Is this already happening?
Yes, to some extent. Researchers have already identified certain immune system genes and those bits of our DNA that help us fight off illness in some Namibian populations.
Okay.
And these genes might help explain resistance to certain infectious diseases. That knowledge, well, it could directly influence future vaccine development.
Wow. That's a massive implication, directly into vaccine development.
It really is. Huge potential for global health.
Okay, so that's fascinating. The potential is huge. But, as often happens with discoveries touching on human origins, there's a difficult side too, isn't there?
Yes, there is.
This isn't just a straightforward story of scientific progress. It's connected to some very sensitive, very controversial history.
Indeed, it's crucial we acknowledge that. Historians really emphasize that genetic studies involving indigenous Namibian communities, well, they have a problematic past.
How so?
During the early 20th century, under German colonial rule, there were documented cases, terrible cases, where human remains of the Herero and Nama peoples were taken without any consent.
Taken for what purpose?
For so-called racial science studies back in Europe. It's a very dark chapter, and it casts a long shadow over this kind of research.
A very dark shadow indeed. And that history, it raises concerns today, right? Even with modern research practices.
Absolutely. Today, some argue that even contemporary genetic research risks repeating those old mistakes if it isn't done with, absolute full consent, genuine benefit sharing, and deep cultural respect from the communities involved.
Consent, benefit sharing, cultural respect, those seem key.
They're absolutely critical. And then there's another layer when these discoveries move beyond pure science.
You mean when commercial interests get involved?
Exactly. That raises a whole other set of complex issues, the commercial interest in genetic patents specifically.
Okay, what's the concern there?
Well, critics warn that pharmaceutical companies could potentially use DNA information from Namibia to develop profitable treatments.
Right.
But without fairly compensating or even crediting the communities whose genetic heritage provided the key. This practice, it even has a name. Biopiracy?
Biopiracy.
Yeah,
okay, that's a serious charge.
It is, and it's a major point of contention in these discussions.
So as we're wading into these complex and frankly sensitive issues, our aim here, as always, is just to present the full picture from the sources we have. We want to allow you, the listener, to weigh these different perspectives. We're simply trying to convey the ideas and the historical context that are out there in the source material. We're not endorsing any specific side.
Right. It's about understanding the complexity. So if we try to connect all these threads, the ancient lineage, the diversity, the potential benefits, the ethical shadows, what does it all mean?
Yeah, where does that leave us?
Well, scientists found this genetic treasure. Some are calling it the Rosetta Stone of human evolution, the key to unlocking secrets about our shared past and maybe even our future.
The Rosetta Stone of human evolution, that's quite a statement. But this incredible discovery, it forces us, doesn't it? It forces humanity to confront some really big questions that go way beyond just the science lab.
It really does.
Like, who actually owns our genetic heritage? Is it something individual, communal? Should we treat it like a shared global heritage, something for all humanity? Or does it belong exclusively, perhaps, to the specific communities that carry it today?
That's a huge question. And following on from that,
Yeah.
if commercial benefits do arise from this knowledge, say new medicines, new therapies based on these ancient genes,
Right.
who should get the profit?
Yeah.
The researchers, the companies, the communities, everyone.
Exactly. These are not easy questions at all. And there really are no simple answers, are there? They challenge our very definitions of heritage, of ownership, of responsibility. They really do. So this isn't just science we've been talking about. It's a living, breathing, ethical debate.
Absolutely.
And it really encourages you, listening now, to maybe stop and consider your own take on these really profound questions. What do you think?